Are you repeating the same relationship patterns? Find yourself with the same kind of person over and over again? Are you feeling attacked by this ad? Therapy can help you figure out why, because Lord knows it's helped me. Visit betterhelp.com/roast and break the cycle and find your joy.
And speaking of joy, I mean, I had a blast in San Francisco, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed the show with me and Alex together. I had a good time. I'm sure I'll be back soon.
Oh, he'll be back. He'll be back. We had a good time. We went to Fogo de Chao.
Yeah.
Where the housewives eat.
It was a lot of meat, even for me. And you can leave that in. You know, we're going to leave that joke in.
I mean, we had filet mignon, we had sirloin, we had lamb, we had sausage, we had bacon, we had pepperoni and cheese, we had salads with things that I cannot pronounce in them. It was good, y'all. I was very impressed. I had always wanted to go to Fogo de Chao because, like, you go, the housewives would go there and you'd see them just slicing off the meat, and I was just like, oh, that looks so good.
Mm-hmm.
And it was good. It was good. The meat was juicy. It was properly done. It was seasoned. It was seasoned.
Well, that's great. And I'm glad I didn't overeat. I just had a slice of everything because I wasn't trying to, like, blow up the bathroom because I was trying to, like, go out later that night. Yeah. Anywho, some announcements to make. You know, we hit 100,000 streams on our podcast, right? That's available on Apple and Spotify. Go listen, y'all, if y'all didn't know we had a podcast. Thank y'all for listening. I mean, 100,000 listens? Crazy.
In what? It's been like a year since we've been doing the podcast, or 2 years. Has it been 2 years?
Maybe like a year and some change.
A year and some change, okay.
And the podcast format is just for y'all to listen to us, whether you're in the shower or you driving, you riding your bike. Just another platform to listen to us on if you can't watch us.
Exactly. Sometimes it's like, I know what they look like. I know what their facial expressions are. But I'm getting my groceries right now, and I still need a laugh.
Right. And also, I hit 10,000 subscribers. You know, I popped the bottle. And, you know, here's the 10,000 more. You know, y'all inspire me. So, yeah.
To the next 10,000.
Oh, and I want to give a shout out to my friend T. Cooper. We met last night. She's a fan of the show, loves pop roast. She's Ebony's makeup artist. She was telling us that Ebony watches the show too. So,
what?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Hey, Ebony. Oh, well, wow. And also, well, I would say shout out to Dustin Ross because I'm pretty sure that's who introduced Ebony to the show.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, T. Cooper is her name, and I just wanted to give her a shout out. I had a lovely kiki with her last night.
Well, hey, T. Cooper, when I come to New York, I hope we get to have a kiki too.
Right. But let's get into these topics because y'all already know what this is about. So if you are a barb, I mean, you can exit stage left or you can stay for this roast. But before we get into, you know, we're not going to go in dry. So we're gonna prep y'all. So we have a couple of because we go.
If you know, you know.
Right, we gonna get in that ass. We are going to get in.
No, did you get the prep joke? If you know, you know.
Right. So remember we were talking about this reality show called The Activist?
Yes, and it's been canceled.
The power of social media.
I mean, everybody looked at that and said, nah, we got to roast you.
It says, CBS has decided to pull the competition series The Activist after backlash from online activist communities. The network plans to remove the competition aspect and reformat the show as a more straightforward documentary series. So they're going to change the whole thing around it. And I'm guessing they're still going to have the same hosts.
I mean, they were coming up with some great jokes, and a lot of them were in the vein that we came up with. You know, it was very America's Next Top Model. I'm sorry, hunger in Somalia, you are being sent home. You simply did not get enough votes, but HIV, come on down.
Unfortunately, yeah. But now they say that each activist will be awarded a cash grant for the organization of their choice, as was planned for the original show. So, I mean, listen to social media, because some celebrities don't, and you see what happens.
They sure don't.
Moving on, they're remaking The Bodyguard, and people are angry. They're like, why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? But it's been confirmed. What do you think? Because I think that...
Can we let Whitney Houston rest in peace? Can we give that woman 5 years in the grave? Can we give her a smooth 5 years? Let that woman rest.
Well, to play devil's advocate, you know that A Star is Born has been done like 6-7 times. So, what's the difference,
The difference is A Star is Born had been passed down. A Star is Born had been a movie that had been redone, where it wasn't necessarily dredging up when we redid A Star is Born, everyone in it was still alive. There's this obsession with, reliving Whitney's life. And there's another biopic coming out about her. Lifetime did a movie. BET did a movie. TNT did a movie. HBO did a movie. Everybody's done a movie. Showtime did a movie. And it's just, can we let the woman rest? Her girlfriend finally did a book. When the lesbian comes out of the woodwork, everybody's had their damn say. They've got her on a hologram tour in Vegas. Let the woman rest. The Bodyguard was Whitney Houston's movie.
Yeah, and it did.
Nobody had done it before her, and they had plenty of chances to redo it while she was still with us. So, no, it is different than A Star is Born.
Cut the cameras, dead ass.
Dead ass.
I just want some originality. I want new stories.
And also, Whitney was that kind of star, that kind of just super hot star, where it's like, yeah, she does, that would happen. She does need the bodyguard. It was art imitating life. But who's that kind of star today in this world of, Instagram, and you're your own paparazzi? Who do we care about enough? Everybody who got a stalker now, they pay them. Famous anyway.
Well, I'm probably not going to see it. Maybe I'm trying to think who would have to be in that role for me to go see it. And
who can sing? Who can sing live?
I'm trying to think who can sing live and still has the star power for people to go see it.
Don't say Beyonce, because she can't read.
Lord, shut up. Do not disrespect her in my presence.
Well, she's not the best at line delivery. Whitney was an incredible actress.
I just know they're probably going to try to get Jennifer Hudson. I know.
Oh, Jesus. Now, I like Jennifer, but no. No.
No. Do you get that reference? Because you didn't see the movie, I think. That's why.
Was that Edna Mode from The Incredibles?
It was Get Out.
Oh, okay. I've seen that clip.
Okay.
I was actually giving more Samantha Jones when that guy wanted her to participate in a threesome with his wife. No.
By the way, I can't wait for And It's Just Like That on HBO Max. It's looking like it's going to be really good.
I feel like it's going to be Insecure. We're going to watch it.
Sure. Oh my God. You have to watch the last season.
I will. I'm not going to enjoy it, but I'll do it.
You're going to enjoy it. Why? She's been listening to the fans, hopefully.
Then we wouldn't be having this season if she'd been listening.
Well,
Amanda Seales wouldn't be on the show if she'd been listening. They wouldn't fill up, half the episode with Issa sitting in the car looking pretty, just thinking if they were listening. So, and also, so now you're going to listen on the last season. You've had 5 years to listen to us. Now, the first season we was here for you. The second season we tried to get you on track. The third season we were saying, hey, we're not happy. You didn't listen then, but you want to listen now. If you were listening, the episodes would be an hour long if you were listening. I'm sorry, honey, but to me, you're deaf.
Well, moving on. Did you hear about this person from Love and Hip Hop? They were sentenced
To 17 years for PPP fraud.
like
We've moved into the in debt news segment.
they ain't playing. I feel like they made an example out of this man. I don't know who he is, but former Love and Hip Hop Atlanta star Arkansas's born Mo Fame, who is the ex-husband of Carly Red, is about to serve 17.5 years in prison after pleading guilty to 6 counts, including bank and wire fraud. Wow. According to reports, he used the PPP loan to cover $40K in past due child support, $85,000 in jewelry, $136,000 for a Rolls Royce, and $907,000 to start a new business in Arkansas. Wow. He submitted a $3.7 million PPP loan application and falsely claimed his trucking business had 107 employees. Damn. All that to like stunt.
Well, you know what happens to stunt queens? They get caught.
Right. What's up, Jen Shaw? Good morning.
17 and a half years.
His lawyer, he has a terrible lawyer. He should have used some of that money to get a lawyer.
No, because once they found out it was stolen, all of his accounts were frozen, like Erica Girardi's.
Ugh, I'm kind of nervous though, like for Jen. I mean,
I'm not nervous for anybody. Here's the thing. You know why I'm not nervous? Because I make legal money. I ain't got nothing to worry about. I take my broke ass to the bank, pull out my little $40 that I made honestly, go to the grocery store and get some chicken wings and live within my means. So we ain't got no reason. I ain't nervous for the heifer. She knew you play with fire, you might get burned.
I mean, 17 years. That's a long time. I don't even know if the Earth's going to be here for 17 years.
Really? They getting your good years too.
Well, sorry to that
17 and a half. I ain't sorry. You didn't have to steal. Nobody put a gun to your head. Now, it's one thing when you're the Central Park Five. Those people I feel sorry for. The wrongly accused, I feel sorry for. True. Those caught up in the system, I feel sorry for. I feel sorry for, I was just reading a story about how, you know, girls in Vegas are getting arrested when they're obviously victims of sex trafficking. That's who I'm going to save my sorry for. People who shouldn't be in the system. But if you got out here and stole how many millions during a pandemic when there were people that actually needed the money, when there were small businesses that had employees that weren't able to get funds because your ass was out there stealing. So that way, Cheryl's salon wasn't able to stay open because you got your place in line and took her money. You took Steve's car rental money. You took Joe's auto repair money. There were people that really needed that to help their employees and to keep their businesses afloat. And you got out here and spat in the system's face when the government was trying to do a little bit of something, which was still a complete fucking failure. So no, I have no sympathy for you. You can burn in hell for all of eternity.
Well,
people were dying. I lost my vet to that virus, and you decided it was an opportunity to steal. You're basically no different than a looter during Hurricane Katrina. You get what you get.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I will say, I did think that, like, damn, for him just scamming the government and not scamming people, like actual people, like it just seemed really long. You know, I could see maybe 5 years, but 17? Like,
You took advantage of a national tragedy, of a worldwide tragedy.
it's a good point.
How would you feel if somebody, like you said, your mom's house survived Katrina? How would you feel if somebody went in there and robbed it?
Well, yeah, I mean,
Because you knew there was lawlessness during that time, and oh, I think I can get away with it. How would you feel?
mhm. I mean, I feel bad, but I don't disagree with you. I'm just, bringing up another side because, situations can be nuanced.
I would say maybe if you had just stolen the 40,000 to clear your child support to make sure your kids had something, then I could see it. But you out here buying jewelry, Rolls Royces, and all that. If you want to keep your family fed, then steal the loaf of bread. But don't go in and steal the store and then try to profit off it. I ain't got no sympathy for you then.
Well, speaking of sympathy, let's get into housewives.
Ooh,
Like,
and
I'm
they
trying to
need
think
our
of
sympathy.
what lie to get to. I mean, I just finished filming my Beverly Hills review, and the lies that did you see it?
I saw half of it. And the second Erica was like, oh yeah, and then somebody broke into the house and Tom confronted the burglar. And it's like, wait, hold on. Now he's full on coot, right? He don't know what he's doing. He don't know where he is, but he's confronting burglars and then has to go have eye surgery. So now he's got cataracts too, so he couldn't see the documents that he was signing. Well, I'm sorry, but as a lawyer, that is what is the word? Malfeasance. If you know you can't read the document you're signing, but you sign it anyway, that is professional malfeasance. And if you're committing that in court, you deserve to be locked up because you know you couldn't see the document.
She took a deep breath and she's like, Tom got burglarized. He confronted the burglar. He had to get eye surgery. My son came over. His car flipped 5 times. Apparently, it snows in Pasadena.
It hasn't rained in California in 2 years. We are in the middle of the biggest drought in the past 100 years. I live here. It does not rain. It does not snow. Erica Jane, get your lies together with the meteorological reports. Girl, if your son had flipped his car 5 times, there would be a police report. It would be all over the news because you're a known person and everybody knows who your son is. I don't because I'm not interested in dating a racist, but everybody knows who your son is. Girl, boom.
I love the scene where PK and Mauricio was laughing at the lies. Did you get to that?
No, not yet.
Oh my God. When you get to it, that was the best scene of the evening. So Kyle had a dinner with just, her, Dorit, and PK and Mauricio. And she was telling this tall tale to Dorit, and then Dorit told it to PK. And then PK was roasting Erica. They were sitting there laughing about the lie. And Dorit was the first time I've seen her lose control and start. She was doing this, laughing. I was like, wow. I could not believe. I want to see what Erica Jane has to say at the reunion about seeing that because they were cracking up.
She won't have seen it because they finished filming the reunion.
No,
So
they give them the rest of the tapes.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's smart. That's smart. So yeah, I'm sure Erica watched all of it, from her 32-inch TV. And but they said Erica answered everything at the reunion to satisfaction.
Interesting. I'm pretty sure Andy cross-eyed ass went easy on her.
I think the other ladies didn't. And the questions were already out there, so I don't think there is an easy to go. It's like Jen Shah. There's no easy way out of this.
Well, speaking of Jen Shah, I enjoyed the first episode of Salt Lake City, actually.
I would rather have had a grilled cheese sandwich with tomato soup. It would have been more enjoyable for me. Not that that's not always a delight, but that episode left me, like Salt Lake City, cold.
Okay. I thought the first 2 minutes deserved an Emmy nomination, at least.
The first 2 minutes were the only reason that we watched. I mean, everybody's still with their ugly husbands. Everybody's moved into new, shitty Airbnbs. The views in Utah, I'm sorry, they're just ugly. Like, if I'm going to look out onto snow-covered mountains, I need the snow to cover the mountains and for it to be pretty. The mountains in Vegas are better. They're just better. Maybe they're less racist.
I think you're a little biased because I do think the scenic views in Salt Lake City are beautiful compared to like all the other franchises, in my opinion. Like those are some dope aerial shots that they be doing on Salt Lake City.
I just, this is where we can agree to disagree. I don't find it pretty. In real life, maybe, but from what I'm seeing, I don't find it pretty. It just looks cold and dirty.
Cold and dirty.
Netflix has a whole bunch of content that's available, but it's not always available where you're located. If you want to see Inception, it's on Canadian Netflix. Top Gear, you've got to be in the UK. And Jurassic World is only available in Hong Kong. And I want to see Jurassic World from the couch. Watching Netflix without ExpressVPN is like paying for a gym membership, but you can only use the elliptical. ExpressVPN lets you change your online location. Depending on whatever content you want to see, you go where it's available. If you need to be in the UK, Canada, or Australia, you can just let your fingers do the walking and let Netflix do the talking. There are over 100 different server locations, so you literally get thousands of new shows with the same subscription. This also works with BBC, iPlayer, YouTube, because they be blocking some music sometimes. So you'll be able to really get the full experience of the website.
So a few things that I've watched on ExpressVPN is Modern Family, which is only available in the UK, and then my favorite movie, Pulp Fiction, that's available on Canada's Netflix. And it's so simple. I just open the app, I select the location, tap one button to connect, and refresh the page to access the geo-restricted show that I wanted to watch. You get to watch the shows in blazing fast speeds. It's compatible with all your devices and encrypts your data. ExpressVPN has the added benefit of encrypting your data so you can browse the web securely. So be smart. Stop paying full price for streaming services and only getting access to a fraction of their content. Get your money's worth at expressvpn.com/roast. Don't forget to use our link at expressvpn.com/roast to get an extra 3 months of ExpressVPN for free. So you mentioned Brooks earlier, and I wanted to know your opinion on this because
he also looks cold and dirty.
So here's the thing. So Meredith is going to war with Jen over she came after my family. Now, here's the thing. I know Jen is a liar and a scammer, but with that particular fight, I think Brooks started it first. Like, he's the one who had a confessional. He's a grown-ass man. And he was talking about this woman's vagina, and he kept harboring on it. Like, when Jen saw this back, like, when was watching it back.
Don't come to my house and pull your pussy out.
Fine. But still, like, the way he was talking about her, like, Mom, you cannot be friends with her. Like,
Well, she's a fucking thief, so he was right. Tell me when he was wrong. Tell me when he was wrong. I wouldn't want my mom to be friends with the thief either. I tell her the same shit. Bitch flashing her pussy in my house, get out. Get out.
No, sir.
Sometimes we have to tell our parents, look, honey, I know you raising me, but sometimes I can point out a poor choice in you too. Because I know you and I love you.
But how many times have you gotten that leg up?
I've never exposed myself in front of someone's child. When I get my leg up, it's an appropriate adult setting. I would never do, even if it's a grown child, I'm not doing that in front of your child. I'm just not. And if you say something about my child, I just pop you.
That's true too. I mean, she should be the bigger person and not like be shady towards Brooks. But I just think because he was just so like annoying, and she tried to say she liked homophobic tweets, but she's referring to when people called him a pretentious, privileged white twink, which is
the truth.
Right. Twink isn't homophobic, but
it's really not. It's a category of gay man. He is a twink. Like there are a whole bunch of straight twinks walking around. It's just like a short, thin white guy. That's basically what twink means.
Twink, otter, bear. Like there's a whole range of them.
And none of them are derogatory. It's just like basically saying how hairy you are and how big you are.
So apparently Brooks has never discussed his sexuality with his mom.
Oh, and Jesus Christ. Girl. I know y'all are trying to do some big Bravo reveal and get him and Noelle to be some type of Bravo correspondents because they're the sissies of the moment. But you can't bury the lead when everybody knows you gay. That's like me acting like, oh, well, I've never discussed my sexuality, so you don't know. Child, people know. Go on and fess. Fess up. You is what you is. It's okay to be gay. And ain't nobody buying that you bisexual. I'm sorry.
It really is. It's okay.
And the way that you reacted to Jen Shah's vagina proves that.
Exactly. Let's get into this next story because I really want to know your opinion on this. So we had a Verzuz recently with Fat Joe versus Ja Rule.
Honey, I thought we discussed that he was a bottom. He's not a verse.
Well, this has to more so do with Fat Joe because there's some ramifications. He was trying to get
a hairless bear.
He was trying to be savage like Jadakiss was, and he went viral for it. Because when Jadakiss went against it was the Lox versus Dipset, and Jadakiss was the star because he was roasting the hell out of Dipset. So them being from New York, they were roasting each other. And did you see the clip?
No.
Oh, okay. So it was already an uneven matchup. And Fat Joe, of course, brought out Remy Ma. And I think he brought her out more than once. So then Ja Rule called him out on it. And then Joe says, oh, these dusty bitches you got from the crack house, you need to feed them. Turns out he was talking about Lil Mo and Vita when they came out.
Not Vita. Vita, boom, 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 boom. I love Vita and I love Little Mo. Like, have they had their struggles? Yes. But, like, why be mean to them? Why attack women? Like, the thing is, when Jadakiss was attacking Dipset, it was men attacking men. Fair fight. Mm-hmm. Don't attack women that have had some troubles and have been very honest about it. They ain't done shit to you.
Right, I think
you want to go up and you want to call him a rat-looking motherfucker. Call him a rat-looking motherfucker because he is. Call him the Grand Fleecer. There are so many things you can say about Ja Fool. Why you gotta attack some innocent women that are just there to do their vocals, remind everybody that they was talented, remind everybody who they was back in the day, try to get their album sales up. Why do you have to be that pathetic? That's small penis energy.
I agree. I think he took it a little bit too far. He did apologize publicly on his Twitter for it, but Lil Mo, it looks like she didn't accept it. She put, I need everyone to tell Fat Joe he owes a genuine apology. I don't live in a crack house. I'm not a bitch, nor am I dusty. Street code, hashtag. Women and children is off limits. Hashtag disappointed. Then Fat Joe responded under her post and said, I'm super sorry, love. You and Vita, I said sorry to your face before I left the building. And to Vita, I was caught in the moment and I'm super sorry, God bless. But then Remy Ma jumps in the situation. And she was like,
now, if Remy Ma wanted to cuss them out, let it be woman on woman. Let Remy Ma cuss them out because the truth. Now, if we compare Remy Ma and Lil Mo, it's like, okay, you both working for the same VH1 check at this point. And Remy Ma, where's your album? Now, Remy Ma, don't say shit. Don't say shit until you've given Columbia Records their $2 million back or put out your album, because you came out of jail. There was supposed to be the album. You working with the Terror Squad against the album. The album still ain't come out. You've been a free woman for a decade. Ain't got album to first.
Well.
I can't stop me when I'm lying. When I am telling untruths, you let me know. Until such time, Pepperidge Farm remembers I was owed an album because I was going to listen, Heifer. I was going to listen. I wanted to see what his 60-year-old had to rap about.
So nasty and so rude.
Yes, it is nasty and rude to shoot people in the stomach and have to do 7 years for it, isn't it?
So what Remy Ma said was, stop it, Mo. You know damn well Joe ain't on it like that. She brought up that I was in the car when you walked through the parking lot and he hugged you and showed you mad love as usual. No need for your followers to tell him anything. As someone that personally knows you, I'm sorry you were offended. You can call my phone, blah, blah, blah. It was a battle between friends that are like family. Sidebar, street code, don't do social media. I'm so mad that this like spiraled into something because this was supposed to be a positive moment. And then Lil Mo immediately responded and was like, in all caps, who is you to tell me how to feel? Mind your business, fuck out of here.
There you go. I would like, Mo's been honest about how things have not gone her way since leaving the music industry. So why kick somebody when they're down? Why? We don't do that on this show. We don't kick people when they're down unless their last name is Kardashian. Now then, we might have to get you, with the heel to the tooth. But other than that, other than when you deserve it.
I do agree with Lil Mo. You can't tell somebody how to feel or how to take an apology. When she's ready for it or when she thinks the apology is genuine, you just have to respect that. And it don't involve you. I get that you're trying to defend your brother, but this don't involve you. So next case. We are at the Met Gala, ladies and gentlemen. We're not going to spend too long on it, but
when are we going?
When are we going? Well, I'm not paying $30,000 a ticket.
No, we should be sponsored.
Maybe. But some of the looks that stood out to me, Iman looked gorgeous. Lil Nas X, as much as I talk about him and his gimmicks and how contrived he is, like he understood the assignment. I really love what he had on. But yeah, those were the top two that stood out to me. And then Kim Kardashian, she looked like a fucking fool, I think, personally. I think she was my worst dress of the night.
I liked how Lupita redid the Britney Spears dress with the jean. That was very American theme. Rihanna?
A letdown.
Just like her music career. And then, who was that Uggo she showed up with?
That's her new man, A$AP Rocky.
Oh, well, she needs to leave him ASAP. God, it's already, anybody's going to pale in comparison to the beauty of Rihanna. But did you just have to get a troll from under the bridge? It looks like you got like Lil Wayne 2.3.
And a funny thing from the Met Gala that's making headlines, Kiki was a fabulous host. Like, she was on the carpet. I think she was interviewing for, I think, Vogue. But then she was talking about the food. She took a picture of it, and it looked like some Fire Fest shit in there. And everyone...
It was a very Kyle Richards dinner.
Yes, it was plant-based.
Oh, hell no.
Right.
I wouldn't have gone. I would have walked the carpet, but I would have been like, I'm not staying for this. Plant-based, you can catch me at the burger joint.
So, that was a black chef that came out and said he was really proud of what he'd done.
I would have spit in his face.
But guess who?
I'll do it.
But guess who it is, though? It's Marcus Samuelsson. He's the only...
Oh, jeez. Fuck him. Fuck him. I am sorry. I have been to too many of his restaurants. He is always a thorough disappointment. I've been to his fancy shit. I've been to his street bird. Everything I've gotten there was average, if not subpar. I have been to Sweet Mama's or Jacob's Kitchen on 43rd and St. Nick, and Sweet Mama's on 144th and Lennox/Malcolm X. That's where I go to get my soul food, and they will outcook him any day. Marcus Samuelsson is a New York creation, and he basically was the Black of the moment, where they were like, okay, we're going to let you into this, elite food world because we know your shit ain't that good.
For y'all that don't know, he owns Red Rooster in Harlem.
Been there too. Pathetic. The food in San Francisco is better, and that's sad.
I've been there once, and it wasn't nothing to write home about.
I lived in Harlem for 7 years. I've been there many a time, and every time it was like, this is just overpriced.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, it's cute. It's cute, grab and go, but like this great name that he has. It's like, honey, no.
But yeah, speaking of the Met Gala, there was one person who announced that they weren't going. And you know what? To make sure that we cover this story correctly, I'm going to read her tweets that led up to what's all going on right now. So, Alex, you're going to get to unleash, but just let me finish. Let me tell you all that she said. So first, the only thing that she tweeted first was, won't be there. She wanted some attention with that, and she got it. So then afterward, she said, well, after a lot of people was pressing why, she was like, I have an infant with no nannies during COVID. Who mad? Not risking his health to be seen, one yourself. So I'm like, okay, fine. You can't afford a nanny. That's the first thing that I thought. And you don't have a husband? Oh, wait a minute. He can't be around kids alone. I get that. So then, but she keeps going. She keeps
Doing the Bobby lights. That is such a good point. I feel so bad for Nicki's kid because he'll never be able to have sleepovers or birthday parties.
So then she kept going and she said, love you, babe. I was prepping for VMAs, then I shot a video, and guess who got COVID? Do you know what it is not to be able to kiss or hold your tiny baby? Blah, blah, blah. A baby who is only used to his mom. And then she put get vaccinated in all quotes. And I was like, I know where this is going. Then she outed Drake for having COVID and said he had COVID with the vaccine. So child. And I'm like, why did she keep going? Why? But yeah, then she gets to the real reason why she didn't go to the Met Gala. They want you to get vaccinated for the Met. If I get vaccinated, it won't be for the Met. It'll be once I feel I've done enough research. I'm working on...
Yeah. Now, I don't want to, first of all, insult anyone. I do think that people need to do research into everything that they do. If you're going to buy a home, you need to look into it. You're going to get a vaccine, look into it. Where are you doing this research? Do you know how to research? Where is the information that you're getting coming from? Is it from Facebook articles, or are you actually looking at medical journals with articles that have been peer reviewed? Because if you're looking at scientific journals with articles that have been peer reviewed, like real, things from, let's say, Harvard, let's say things with the .edu, maybe you're looking at, the CDC. You can even, look across the pond, do .uk.gov and be like, okay, well, what are they doing in this country? What are they doing in that country? I can understand that because we as Black people, some crap has happened to us. So I cannot discount anybody, especially of color, feeling like, okay, what's really going on here? Are they just trying to get rid of us? I can't discount that because crazier things have happened. Trump was president. But if you like, okay, I'm going to go on Facebook and scroll through a few TikTok conspiracy theories, that's not research, that's entertainment.
Right. And the vaccine has, it didn't just come out. It's been out for a long time, and it's readily available. The research is readily available for you. But did you research those butt injections you got in a Buckhead hotel? Did you research that? Did you research or vet your husband and his criminal past? You probably did. You had time for that. But yeah, she said that in the meantime, my loves, be safe. Wear the mask with 2 strings that grips your head and face, not that loose one. Anywho, then she gets into the crown jewel of the tweet. My cousin in Trinidad won't get the vaccine because his friend got it and became impotent. His testicles became swollen. His friend was weeks away from getting married. Now the girl called off the wedding. So just pray on it and make sure you're comfortable with your decision, not bully. Now she's spreading false information, and you have 22 million followers. 22 million, well, I'm not going to say idiots, but you have a lot of barbs that listen to every single thing you say. Like, no matter what we say about her, I'll give her that she's talented, she's super influential. Why would you say that, especially to a community that is dying? Like, it's just so irresponsible of her to do that.
And then the government of Trinidad and Tobago had to research those claims and rebut her. The health minister of Trinidad and Tobago came on and said, there has never been any case like this. Nobody's got swollen balls. Everybody that's taking the shot over here is fine and not getting the vibe.
They actually wasted money and time to find out who did, because they only have 1.7 million people in Trinidad. So
and they all know each other, so they blabbed.
It is crazy. She's getting roasted in her home country. And then it doesn't stop there. So after she put that, I mean, Twitter is in a frenzy. And before I even get to Joy Reid, that feud, what she's really trying to do, y'all, is take the attention off of her husband and off of the impending lawsuit that she has against her. That's what she's trying to, like, you know, take the attention off. And mission accomplished.
Oh, I hope that woman wins every penny.
Every penny.
Every penny. I hope the judge says, you know what, I'm going to give you a double award.
Joy Reid, she responds on her show, and I personally think that she came from a concerned place. She was like, sister, like, you got 22 million people, like, people are dying. Why are you using your platform like this? I'm just so disappointed, and I'm a fan, you know? So afterward, Nicki probably hasn't even watched Joy Reid's show before, but, you know, some idiot sent it to her, some idiot fan of hers, and then she commented on it, and she called her, well, first she said, this black woman in front of two white men is calling out another black woman to attack her. Like, you know, she always hides behind that race shield. She always brings it up. She victimizes herself. I don't know why. She just makes me so angry when she does that. Well, she called her the COO N-word. Yeah, she tried to bring up some type of, remember when Joy was kind of like accused of being like homophobic, and then she cleared it up? So this was old news. So she thought she had something. I don't know. Like, she put, this is what happens when you're so thirsty to down another black woman by the request of the white man. Like, imagine getting your dumb ass on TV a minute after a tweet to spread false narrative about a black woman. But yet she's dissing another black woman, a respected journalist, the only black woman with her own, like, news show on prime time. I'm done. I'm done.
You know, when Nicki Minaj was just a narcissist, she was harmless.
She still is.
Irritating, but harmless. But now you're out here actively helping kill other black women. Because the more people that don't get vaccinated, the more our race ends up getting the virus. Because we're still at the forefront of the deaths. We're still at the forefront of hospitalizations. We are still in positions where we have to work in service industries.
I mean, I'm still trying to get, you know, people who I know to get vaccinated, you know, like, people are still scared. So just hearing misinformation like that, it really doesn't help. So then you have Candace Owens coming to her defense. You have people from Fox News coming to her defense. She actually retweeted Tucker Carlson, a known white supremacist, just to prove her point.
Well, I mean, she's wanted to be a bed warmer for so long, let her be.
Then she said the White House invited her, and then the White House came out and refuted that statement. They was like, no, we didn't invite you. We said we will have a private call with you with a doctor to refute those claims. You weren't invited to the White House. I'm sorry. I mean, Onika. I wish I could get away with that one. But anyway, she has, like, as a result of her stupid ass tweet, she has gotten into it with Joy Reid, Meg McCain, Don Lemon called him the C word too, Pierce Morgan, Twitter itself, because she just said that Twitter locked her tweets or whatever. Twitter said they didn't do no such thing. And then the White House. She's beefing with the White House. When does it end?
And Joe Biden ain't arguing with nobody. He's like, look, I'm just trying to get like some infrastructure passed and get everybody to get their shots. Like, I'm just putting out fires. Like, he ain't got time to argue with nobody. He's like, look, everything is a mess right now. I'm doing the best that I can.
This is some nonsense. I hope she has the attention that she wanted.
Well, she's surely not getting it from her husband and her child.
Her legacy is just tarnished. Like,
What legacy? She has 2 hits, Itty Bitty Piggy. Well, she has 1 hit, Itty Bitty Piggy. What legacy? The rest of her music will be forgotten within 15 years. She's not a Sade. She's not an Anita Baker.
She has hits. I'll give her that. I'm not a...
No, she doesn't. She doesn't have anything timeless.
She's a very talented rapper. I'm not going to take that away from her, but she's just a narcissistic sociopath who continues to victimize herself.
If she was talented, then she would have hits that really would stand the test of time, but she doesn't. We could put on Kool and the Gang right now. We could put on Earth, Wind, and Fire decades later. Are you going to be putting on Pink Print decades later? You're not. You're not. And our children won't listen to it either. Whether or not we're going to have children, that's a separate conversation for a separate time. But our nieces and nephews, they ain't going to be listening to that. We ain't going to be popping that when we in our 40s, you know, like Beyonce. We ain't going to be popping that.
Yeah, I mean...
I will be 48 when Beyonce's 50. That's a mathematical fact.
You told me...
And you'll be even younger.
You told me to stop you when you wrong.
No, I said stop me when I'm lying. I don't know what it is to be wrong. I'm unfamiliar with the sensation.
But here's the tweet I wanted to share with everyone. This person said, the worst kind of narcissism is standing in the eye of a hurricane and thinking it's a spotlight. That is a chef.
Oh, girl. Child. If I was in my 20s, I would have been hurt by that. That was me in my 20s. That was me in my 20s. And Nicki Minaj is also pushing 40, like myself. And she doesn't realize, no, like right now, when I stand in the spotlight, the moon does hit me, but ain't no clouds. I'm all cried out. Ain't no more rain in this cloud.
Well, I mean, do you have any final words on this? Because I feel like we've exhausted this topic. I think she is one of our most roasted individuals in pop roast history, which I think we should have an episode, a top 10 of the most roasted celebrities that we've done. Because I can already think of 5 that have been concurrent on our list of being roasted.
And it's their own behavior. It's their own behavior. And also sometimes you can keep some thoughts to yourself. Like, just keep it to yourself. If you like, you know what, I could say something, but everybody ain't going to agree with that. And this is really how I feel. This is how I want to govern my life for me and for my family. Keep it to yourself. Keep it within the family. You don't have to share it with everyone.
And do you remember, it was a point where we were talking about Nicki so much that people were like, why y'all attacking her? I was like, if she's not doing something in the news that's stupid, we ain't gonna have nothing to talk about. But she keeps doing stupid shit. So we're gonna continue to talk about it because it's a hot topic, okay?
Like Kenya Moore. Perfect example. Like, have we talked about Kenya? She's been minding her business, keeping her mouth shut. So we ain't talking about her. We ain't saying nothing about, we're leaving her alone. But when you're a beauty queen and you come on TV with black-eyed knees, and I know, now child, you can get some $15 sugar scrub or sugar exfoliation and get them knees together. I know that's a $15 fix and you're just lazy and cheap. Then I feel free to speak on it. And again, you're also a housewife. You've got all this money. You should be able to go to the dermatologist.
Well.
But we ain't said shit about Kenya. We brought up Nicki because Nicki got in the news, because Nicki had to spread information, because Nicki needed to be ignorant.
Right. I think she's enjoying all this press. I mean, she's probably still at it.
Nicki enjoys bad attention because it's the only attention she can get because I mean you may think she's a talented rapper, but clearly the charts don't. Everything that she's come out with since, the Pink Print has well, it simply hasn't been up to snuff. I mean, Beyonce's albums have done better than hers. Katy Perry's albums have done better than hers, and that's sad.
Well, I mean,
Nicki can't release a hit that stays on the charts for more than a week. Like the Barbs will keep it up there for week one, but then it falls off. So she's realizing now she's getting into the shock jock portion of her career because no one wants to hear her musically, much like Joe Budden. She's a female Joe Budden.
Actually, I think she's a female Donald Trump, and her supporters remind me of Trump supporters.
Well, I can't argue that point.
Right, because Donald Trump would say some stupid shit. His supporters will back whatever he's saying, no matter if it's factual or not. Like, there's so many similarities that, like, I can't defend it. So
the idiocy, the narcissism, the criminal partners. Yeah, I see it too. The bad wigs, the ill-fitting clothing, the inflated sense of self. Well, I will see you sooner than Nicki sees self-actualization.
And I'll see you sooner than Nicki's husband can visit a playground. And there we have it, y'all. Y'all have a good weekend. So we are not done yet. We got some breaking news for y'all. And allegedly, but when it comes from B. Scott involving the Housewives of Atlanta, I tend to believe it. So Porsha is not coming back, as well as Cynthia, but Cynthia wasn't asked back. Porsha decided to leave. The list is going to be, a new girl. It's going to be Marlo, Sheree, Candy, Kenya. Drew is coming back, and then maybe some older people from past seasons.
As long as Phaedra's not on that list, I'm okay. I think this is a power move by Porsha. Porsha has that after show with Bravo. I think she's going to keep doing that. And I don't think that she's done with the Housewives. I think this is a way for her to stick it to Kenya. Because now, Kenya, what is your plot line going to be? What are you going to talk about? Because you have been up Porsha's puss for the past 5 years, and now you're manless and plotlineless. She left with your plotline. She was your whole storyline last year, and the year before that, and the year before that. So now that you don't have Porsha to pick on, who's going to get your wrath? Or will we finally see you for how boring you are?
Well, they start filming in October. So, I think they might surprise us and do a special Nene cameo. Like, that would definitely, get people watching. Just because of Porsha's absence. Because everybody cares about that Simon debacle, but I'm pretty sure that's the reason why she's getting that solo show, so she can get all that out the way.
Yep. I also think that she doesn't want her marriage to be picked apart as she knows it would be on the Housewives with her own show, where it's like, okay, you're the lead, nobody's going to rip her marriage apart.
And does anyone care that Cynthia is gone?
Cynthia, it was time for her to bow out gracefully. I feel like she could always peep in and join the cast for a trip and, be a good friend of the show. But yeah, it was time for her to move on.
But you know what? They already have her on the Housewives All-Stars.
Okay.
So that's a check for her anyway. It was like, okay, you can't be on this season, but we'll put you on All-Stars. And I would take it.
And I think that this All-Stars thing is going to keep going because it's a great way to promote Peacock. Otherwise, we wouldn't be tuning in for Vanderpump's dog show.
Well, yeah, season 2, I think, those wives are all confirmed.
Oh, good.
The one with Jill, Phaedra, Eva, Taylor from Beverly Hills.
It is 9 a.m. It is too early to be bringing up Phaedra twice in a conversation.
Sorry about that. I know the slightest mention of Phaedra is going to ruin your Egg Benedict.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I still think that mm, Atlanta ain't gonna bring it like it used to. So they all just working as they go. They don't know what's gonna happen.
I do think that this is good that Porsha left because now it's a good shakeup because she was the lead and everybody was kind of leaning and laying on her. And now she's like, no, fend for yourselves. Candy, honestly, it's time to get her out the door too.
Yes, just
Like,
give
give
her
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 a spinoff.
spinoff. We see each other. That spinoff,
Really?
please. I want to see the restaurant get the C or whatever. You heard she was somebody said that she was charging for ice, and then Jay Lee corrected me because someone was in my live, I think, and it was saying that Candy's charging for ice, but it was because when you go to a restaurant and you order like say a scotch and you want a scotch on the rocks, I think it's a little extra because you're getting more liquor,
Oh, okay.
like
So
a
it was
rocks
extra.
pour,
Ah,
not charging for ice. So
okay.
somebody trying to tear Candy down is probably Phaedra. I'm sorry, that's 3 times. She might come out my mirror.
No, she gonna come out your wallet right behind your social security card.
Yes. Say her name 3 times. I think that might happen. But okay, y'all. We will see y'all next week.